Go for it.
Greetings from Maryland. We wanted to tell you a little bit about what has happened to us since January and about our experience in Covenant Bible Study. When George and I first began the Covenant Bible Study, we knew that I was going to retire and that we were going to move, sell the house, move to Maryland to be with family. We wondered what that was going to do to our promise, to our group, to our covenant, and if that meant that we were not going to be faithful to this agreement. So we talked about it and decided that perhaps we could remain through Skype and maintain our agreement once we moved. So in the meantime, we read, we met weekly, with our group, we learned together, we questioned together, and our friends gave us space to voice our concerns and to ask questions about our decision and to mourn our leaving and celebrate our friendships and our church family. When the time to move came, we found ourselves in this sea of boxes. No internet connection, no Bible, of course, it was at Linda Spring's house, and no clear direction in exactly how we were going to proceed. Were we breaking our covenant agreement? Were we disrespecting our group? Were we going against the things that we had decided? You might be able to understand that these kind of questions helped us to understand some of our reading when we were learning that the ancient people, the people of Israel, also had many of the same questions. How were they going to keep a covenant agreement? How were they going to stay faithful to something that they'd promised when they were moving, they were in exile, and life in general was getting in the way? Somehow, those ancient questions resonated very clearly with us today. Eventually, Skype was set up. We join our group weekly, and we ignore the squeaks and the electronic whatevers that get in the way with Skype. But we connect with our friends. And it is wonderful and fulfilling to be able to remain in covenant and in agreement with people while we are studying and maintaining these friendships. We've learned much, not only about the Bible, which I must say neither of us had ever read in this manner, but also about relationships. We've learned about commitment and about communication. We've learned to laugh about different things than perhaps we laughed about before. And we've also developed a different view toward our own faith journey. We look at some things from a very different point of view than we used to. And that's a blessing. And we thank you, dear friends, for making this possible.